Happy Friday, take two. Welcome to Spilling the Tea with Astrology. Spilling the tea with astrology. Spilling the tea with astrology. Friends brew. Thank you, Star.
You're welcome.
All right, well, today is welcome to Winning Over the Libra Man or something like that. We'll title this one. All right. So, we did some thinking about this, and during our thinking, we seem to follow, like I said, into Libra energy.
Yeah. So it's very indecisive. Shoot the video, not
We
shoot the
spent
video.
all day
Shoot the
yesterday
video,
not-
not shoot the video.
Should we shoot right now? Should we do it? Should we do it? Like, all fucking day. Like, even after I dropped her off, I was like, you know what? I'll just do the video by myself, because I was just so frustrated that I never got done.
Hot mess.
I was ready since noon, so by the time I brought her home at like 6 o'clock last night, nothing I got accomplished. I was just like, how did that happen? How is that even possible? But it did, so the day got away with us, you know.
Yeah.
Thanks for lunch at Rosie's Biff Swanders.
All right, Libra
So,
Man.
Libra Man, let's get to it. Let's get into it, right? Because it's about astrology.
Very indecisive, obviously, like we said.
That's definitely the energy you fall into.
Yeah.
There's definitely extremes, and I don't know if I felt a lot of extremes or not. Like, personally, I don't think I really felt a lot of extremes. But social is something that Libras are very social. The social butterfly of the zodiac, you know, so.
I feel like they're also one of the signs that, like, you know, you hit them up and you're like, hey, what are you doing? They're all busy because, you know, like, they have, like, they're very social, and I feel like they just, they make all these plans, they set all these tasks, and they, like, have to do it or something.
That's like a Virgo setting tasks.
But I also
social.
not even
people,
like setting
people
tasks.
gravitate to Libra because it's Venus,
But, like,
bro.
more like-
That's why it's social. People love you. You have to manage your time because there's so many people who want your time.
Setting plans then.
You're just more. People want to spend time with you as
Yeah.
a Libra. Be grateful
So
at that,
it's
but
more
you know
like-
you just can't be. You know Libra,
yeah.
you can't.
It's like she said, like being very social, like making plans. So I like scratch what I said about like tasks, because that's more like she
Plans,
said,
I guess, making making
just
plans
more-
is
yeah.
good because like organizing your friends is a good thing.
Yeah,
Because
doing
they have so
social
many
things.
fucking social things going on.
Going out and you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Norman.
Stuff like that.
There's quiet Libras, I guess, out there because it could be a quiet sign as well as an outgoing sign, but
Yeah,
it's definitely it's ruled by Venus, which is like, you know, the coolest thing, right? Because it's the planet of beauty. I'm 0 degree Scorpio, so
Yeah,
I'd like
they're
to think I have
definitely
some
pretty
Venus
boys.
from the Libra in me. Yes, pretty boys. Yes,
They're
definitely.
They keep up
Versus
with their,
like a rough, tough, and masculine kind of guy.
They definitely
They're kind of
keep up with their
feminine.
appearance.
Venus is pretty feminine as it gets, so Libra is a feminine sign,
Yeah.
which is totally cool.
I feel
so
like,
for men, I like a guy who looks a little bit girly. So that's, but you know,
Yeah, I feel like
that's
a Libra
just
man-
spill my own tea.
I feel like a Libra man would, they're the type of men that would actually, they wouldn't mind going to get their nails taken care of, like cut, clean.
Yeah, because they're a
just-
pretty boy. They're
just a white, you know, a clear coat.
That's a Leo thing too. Leos are pretty boys too. Leos
yeah.
are that's like pretty, not necessarily feminine for a Leo, but Leos are very good looking.
Yeah.
They're very much about their looks too, and they're good looking.
I also feel like they.
But Libra's very good looking. It just depends what your idea of good looking is. I have an ex who's very good looking,
Yeah.
very feminine, the long hair, the whole. You
but
know,
I do
the
feel
whole
like
man
Libra
bun
men-
thing that everyone picks on. I loved it.
I feel like Libra men, they also enjoy like not like it's almost like they're almost like the Leo man, they enjoy like the finer things. Not to say like the finer things.
Yeah, they're kind of artsy fartsy.
They like to wear like like
pretentious,
nice shit.
pretentious reasons to like poetry readings, reasons to wear nice shit. Exactly,
Yeah.
weird shit. Pretentious. I think Libra is definitely a little pretentious. But you're trying to win them over, so.
But I feel like they try to
probably definitely compliment his looks. I think Libra is vain. Not gonna say it. There's some Libra in my chart because I'm 0° Scorpio. There's some Leo, the Libra in me. Where I'm vain enough. Where I think that's one of the things that Libra does fall for the compliments.
Yeah.
Compliments when we're over kind of thing.
And they are
so
definitely
probably
flirts.
win him over. So
they're definitely flirts.
Good compliments.
They're definitely
flirts. They're very flirtatious.
And
Libra men are very flirtatious. In general.
Yeah. But I also feel like because they are the sign.
Could be good, could be bad.
I feel like because they are the sign with the scales, they're fair. So I feel like don't get me wrong, even though they are like.
No, here's the thing that I've come to realize though now, like I'm 100 years older than you now. They attempt to be fair. They attempt. But in the attempt of being fair, what they do is swing from pole to pole, from extreme to extreme. So you may say, why is my Leo so two-faced or hot and cold all the time? Or what's the deal with that? And, that's part of being a Libra. They're never even, always trying to even the scales. And the attempts at evening them, they're always like unevening them or tipping them back and forth. And, and I think they're uneven people. They're not balanced people. They know what balance is. They know what fair is. I think they make good coaches and referees, but
I feel like that's an evolved Libra.
I'm a Mars in Libra, which means my Mars is all of my energy enjoys balancing. All going around peacemaking basically. Or,
I feel like Libras
which I am good at peacemaking. Am I peacemaking?
Naturally,
not anymore.
Libras, they do have the natural sense of balance. They have, the natural sense of fairness. So I feel like, an unevolved Libra that
definitely wine and dine them. Libras are pretentious enough to be like knowing what wine is. So let them, show you what wine is, or go do something kind of like a wine tasting or something where they can be, pretentious about it all. Because I think Libra's the type to be a wine drinker. Oh, not that they're more intellectual, although air signs are kind of intellectual wine drinking types. Wine drinkers. I don't know. It's a type. Isn't there a type? You think of wine drinkers, isn't that true? Yeah. Did she go to Star? Is she for real? We're dead middle of a video and she goes to the bathroom. Anyway, okay, I guess I'm gonna finish Libra Man alone. How to win a Libra man over. Definitely doing things like giving him a pedicure or like sending him to get a pedicure to like take care of himself and pamper himself. He's kind of feminine. He won't admit it. And even if he doesn't admit it, he doesn't have to. His looks are not gruff. They're pretty. They're pretty boy, They sometimes can be it's not the word I'm looking for, but they could be fickle. I think, Libra men could definitely be fickle, whereas they like you, they're hot and cold because they like you one day, they like somebody else the next day, they're back to liking you. That's probably a fickle air sign thing too. Aquarius and Gemini, all for men, fickle for men, which is hard to be their favorite person when they're, they got so many favorite people that you're competing with. Is that nice? Isn't it great? So they're a really good audience. They appreciate humor and intellect. So if you're like definitely they're back to being sapiosexual, being like Libra is one of the most intelligent signs in the zodiac. Being an air sign, they say Aquarius is, but I'm not really sure. I'm a Scorpio. I might have to beg to differ. No, but your air signs are your Aquarius, your Gemini, your Libra are the intellectual signs of the zodiac, and they appreciate that's what attracts them. So maybe going to your first date at a bookstore, or one of your dates that you're already married to one, or you're already got something going on with another Libra, and you're like, what should I do for date night? Never ever discount taking them to the bookstore, especially when they got heavy air placements, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra, obviously. I'm gonna forget that. That's so funny. All right. Social. So I can see them being glued to the fucking laptop between, all their social media accounts that they have as far as being social nowadays goes. It comes down to social media almost. They're the type to probably be a really good social media assistant without really having to train them. They know how to do all the business things on social media, which I think is really cool. I need a social media assistant myself. So if you are one and you're watching this, or you're watching this and you know someone, hook me up. While she's gone, I might as well get to the, yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah, the regular announcements, as in like, share, subscribe. Let's get that. Like, share, and subscribe. And then, there's donation links, Cash App and PayPal. And then I do readings, which when I do my readings, I don't use any cards. There's a whole description of that in the description box below. And when I do astrology charts, it's $50 for a birth chart and $100 for 2 charts so you comparison charts. And all right, that's enough of my spiel. Back to the Libra man. So let's see. So definitely being smart, definitely a good place to pick them up is like to find a Libra man is the library or on campus at school in your class or whatever, because they like to be amongst other brainiacs. So you definitely, probably the person where they're going to meet the love of their life is through school, I would think, or to some type of schooling. Like later on in life, you would become a sound healer. You go to sound healing school, and you fall in love with a girl at sound healing school and run away to West Virginia. I mean, not to be too specific or anything. I'm sorry, we're on Libra man. I'm sorry. Okay. Wonder if he watches these things. You Libra man, you know who you are. You probably do watch these things. Well, looks like Star is not rejoining us before the end of this. I did not time this, but just thinking more about the Libra man. The Libra is your 7th house. They're always falling in love. I think it's a hard thing sometimes. I think with Libra men, they're always falling in love, is keeping them monogamous, because once they've fallen in love, it doesn't mean that they won't, have a little crush on this one, a crush on that one, a crush on. They have a crush on everybody, and they've had, they've had crushes on them and a little bit of schoolmate crushes. They're very all about. They were the ones always getting married, when they were kids. Like, you find them with the fucking curtains for their wedding veil and whatnot. Like, in 2nd grade, like, what are you doing? But probably a Libra. Probably. I can't believe you just went to the bathroom dead in the middle of a video. Jimmy,
sorry.
I think you should come back with some things to say about a Libra man, I would think. What do you got?
Have
you ever dated
you were
one?
In the middle of,
have you ever dated one? I've dated one. I kind of
no.
alluded to the one I dated too. He was actually really great, really pretty. Probably the prettiest one of them all. Close to, yeah, probably. I'll give it to him. I'll give it to you. You never dated any Libras?
Nope.
Yeah,
I've never dated any Libra men.
I mean, she's like 12. What do you want from her, dude? Okay.
Yeah,
she's
I'm
like
definitely not 12.
Well, if I had more boyfriends than, some other people I know, but whatever. You have literally nothing to say about Libras. They're moody, they're fickle. There's those bad parts about them too. It's like where, you get on their good side, they're awesome. On your bad side, they get, getting them angry is very. And an angry Libra is crazy because they're very passive aggressive. I can't believe we didn't mention passive aggressive yet before we're turning off the camera. Yeah, Libras are mad passive aggressive. We've mentioned it behind the camera's back. We haven't mentioned passive aggressive on camera yet today.
We did.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did.
No, we didn't.
Well, I did.
I didn't hear
you. Probably weren't listening.
No, we're listening. I have to go back and listen. But yeah, it's definitely the passive aggressive thing where they fucking, they seem like they're really sweet as pie, and they'll put up with anything, and they don't care, and they're so chill, and they're so cool. And then, at some point where, a twig breaks somewhere, and they just lose all their marbles and go crazy and shit. And, batshit crazy. Like, wow, I've never seen anyone so angry in my entire life. Next to a Scorpio. Once you see a Scorpio angry, you may not want to be friends with them again. You're afraid of it too much. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry to all my friends. I've been traumatized by anger. We'll get to that in a minute, Scorpios. Yeah, so definitely passive aggressive. That's fun to work with. Yeah, how to win someone over there. Definitely, definitely be smart enough to know even when the person's being passive. Like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. They're still keeping track of it somewhere in the background. Even though they're like, don't worry about it, and then they will 2 months from now go back to that and bring it all up and throw it in your face. Will they do that? Yes, they will. That's so Libra. But Libra definitely about appearances too, you know. How to win over. I don't know. Definitely they're a lot like Leo, and they get along really well with Leos. Another fire sign, but they a lot like Leos. They do tend to take a lot of verbal compliments well, which some signs is not their love language. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, I can't handle a compliment. It makes me awkward. Leo and Libra both can take a compliment. Like, they really, I think they enjoy being praised about their looks, especially because Libras are the vainest sign of the zodiac, male and female, and I've got a lot of vanity in me, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing, it's just a thing, it exists. If you tell me how pretty I am probably likely to definitely give you the brownie points, okay? Depending on who you are. If you're a cute guy and you've given me like 3 compliments in a row, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I might think, about being nice to you or something, at least, right?
I definitely feel like keeping up a conversation with a Libra, maintaining communication.
I did mention that in bookstores being a good date and stuff, just because they're very talkative, they're like good conversation, being air sign, of course. But also being an air sign, they're lighthearted, they're flip, they don't necessarily do commitment that well. They fall in love with the next best thing, the next best thing, the next best thing when they're younger, unevolved, so just usually younger. So there's some of them who are, in their 40s, I'm sure, that, are still, not going to get committed to anybody. I've been living with the same bitch for 20 years, but I can't get committed to anybody. Don't like the idea of basically being tied down to freedom for sure. They're not. They like the idea of freedom, much like an Aquarius too. Gemini as well. All 3 of them very much like their freedom. That's an air sign quality too. That as well. So getting one to settle down with you definitely is no such thing as getting a spell to. There's no. You don't do a spell on a specific person. I mentioned that in a video earlier down the road. Never do a spell or manifest a specific person, no matter what it says out there on the internet. Don't do it, because if you manifest a specific person, they may or may have not wanted to be with you. So you've manipulated their free will. And at that point, it's black magic, and you don't know if they ever wanted to be with you in the first place. You've manipulated their free will, So there's that, a little witchy love advice in there too. Okay, I'm gonna
you see witches that do black magic, and then they're like, oh no, I'll be fine, no karma's nothing, and then they're like wondering why their life is not going well, or why they just lost their job, or why their boss is being an asshole, or you wonder why.
Yeah, so keep your karma cool, keep your karma clean. We're gonna let this video ring out with a ringing bowl. My singing bowl. I like the other one she hates. Alright. Have a great rest of your Friday. There's water in it. What the fuck? Alright, get some. Thanks for coming anyway, though.